Willy Omer, François Jean Baron Coppens de Houtholst, was born on the 6th of July, 1892 in Watermael-Boitsfort, Brussels, Belgium. He was the son of Omer Coppens, a Belgian impressionistic painter who studied at the Royal Academy of Ghent. Willy was conscripted into the army in 1912 to serve with the Premier Regiment Grenadiers. In 1914, following the German invasion of Belgium, Coppens transferred to the Motor Machine Gun Corps. On the 6th of September, 1915, he signed up for flight training in the Compagnie des Aviateurs. Due to insufficiencies in Belgian training, he took 8 weeks of leave to train to fly. He and 39 other Belgians learned to fly at their own expense in Britain. He received his pilot's certificate on the 9th of December, 1915. After further training at the Farman School in Étampes, France, he joined the 6e Escadrille as a sergeant first class on the 8th of April, 1917, flying BE-2C two-seaters. Later that month, he was assigned to Quatrième Escadrille to fly a Farman pusher. On the 1st of May, he received a Sopwith 1.5 Strutter two-seater and promptly flew it into his first aerial combat. In mid-July, he transferred to the single-seater fighter unit Escadrille de Chasse. He received the last remaining Nieuport 16 in the squadron. Everyone else had upgraded to Nieuport 17s. When Hanriot HD.1s were offered to the squadron, he was the only pilot to initially accept one. His enthusiasm for the aircraft type prompted other pilots to also move over to Hanriots. On the 19th of August, Coppens was promoted to adjutant. He continued his nervy but unsuccessful combat career against enemy aircraft until the 17th of March, 1918. On that day, he carried out his first attack on German observation balloons, aiding a ground assault by the Belgian army. Though handicapped by a lack of incendiary ammunition, he punctured 2 balloons, causing the observers to bail out and the balloons to collapse to the ground. Finally, on the 25th of April, Coppens scored his first victory by downing a Rumpler two-seater. On the 8th of May, he shot 2 balloons down in flames. A week later, using his usual tactics of close-range fire, Coppens cut a balloon loose from its ties. It bounced up beneath him and momentarily carried his Hanriot skyward. After his aircraft fell off the balloon, he restarted its engine and flew back to base. The balloon sagged into an explosion. Later, on another attack run, he got shot at from a balloon. He parked his plane on top of the damaged balloon, shut down his engine to protect its propeller, and waited until the balloon descended to slide off the balloon and fly away. From then on, Coppens' record was spectacular. Between April and October 1918, he was credited with destroying 34 German observation balloons and 3 airplanes, nearly as many victories as Belgium's other 5 aces combined. Unlike most fighter pilots of World War I, who used .303 caliber or 7.92 millimeter guns, Coppens used a larger bore 11 millimeter Vickers machine gun, having upgraded his weaponry prior to June 1918. In June, he was promoted to lieutenant, thus becoming an officer. His royal blue plane with its insignia of a thistle sprig wearing a top hat became so well known that the Germans went to special pains to try to kill him. On the 3rd of August, he shot down a balloon, booby-trapped with explosives, that when detonated from the ground, narrowly missed killing him. The flaming wreckage of the balloon fell swift as doom on the watching German staff officers, killing many and injuring the rest. On his last mission, the 14th of October, Coppens downed a balloon over Pratbos and was attacking one over Torhout when he was severely wounded by an incendiary bullet, smashing the tibia of his left leg and severing the artery. Coppens crash-landed near Dixmude and was taken to hospital, where his leg was amputated. Coppens achieved all his victories flying a Hanriot HD.1 fighter. For his wartime service, Coppens was knighted, becoming Willy Omer François Jean Coppens de Houtholst, for a forest in his squadron's operating area. He was decorated by Belgium, France, Britain, Portugal, Italy, Poland, and Serbia. His memoir, Days on the Wing, was published in 1931 and reissued in the 1970s as Flying in Flanders. Between the 2 world wars, Coppens was Belgian air attaché to 4 nations. In September 1928, despite his disability, he set a parachute jump record by leaping from 19,700 feet. This record stood for 4 years. He retired to Switzerland in 1940, organizing resistance work and marrying. In the late 1960s, he returned to Belgium and lived his last 5 years with fellow Belgian ace Jan Olieslagers' only daughter, until his death in 1986. Willy Coppens was created Knight Coppens de Houthulst by King Albert in 1930. In 1960, he was created Baron Coppens de Houthulst by King Baudouin. Willy Coppens got the very exceptional honor to add de Houthulst after his noble title, referring to a wood he often overflew during the First World War. His arms consist of 3 silver flying eagles on a blue background. His motto was, "Je surmonterai," I will overcome. Willy Coppens deemed honors and awards to be very important, as he felt they ought to be a token of recognition. In his opinion, they should not be granted automatically, and he felt it was unjust that lower-ranking frontline servicemen received lower ranks in national orders than commanding generals who did not participate in active combat. This feeling was made tangible in 1959 and 1968 when he refused the Commander's Cross in the Order of Leopold as a civilian pilot who deserted the Compagnie des Aviateurs on the 23rd of August 1914, after only 20 days of service received the Grand Officer's Cross of the same order, a higher rank than the Commander's Cross offered to him.